Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I'm so excited to bring this video for two really sweet cards featuring one general stamp set, but then I added in another. The general stamp set that I'm showing off is the Punch Party stamp set. This is one of our celebration perks. When you shop during celebration, you can earn this by either hosting a party that reaches to, sales totals of $300, or if you place your own order that's that big, and there's never judgment at the Creativity Cave, I'm just saying. Um, this is a really great stamp set, and it coordinates with several of our punches. We've got the heart bundle, we've got the oval, and the rectangle postage stamp punch. So it's a really great bundle, and I wanted to show you two cards. So I've got kind of a bright, crazy one, and then a little bit softer one. So we'll start with the bright and crazy. I love this card. It's got so much fun stuff happening on it. So let me show you how I did this. I'm going to start with a stitched shape circle die. This is the largest circle. I'm going to protect my work surface with a little paper here, and I'm going to use that heart. This comes in that Punch Party stamp set, and I've got a nice bright happy color combo for you: Mango Melody, Coastal Cabana, Granny Apple Green, and Magenta Madness. And I'll start with the mango, and I'm just going to start adding hearts kind of randomly on here all over the place, and then if we need to, we can come back and add a few more in a little bit. Of course, I need to clean my stamp in between, so I'll use my Stampin' Chamois for that, so I don't get any ink in places I don't want it. And of course, the color that lets us know God loves us, Coastal Cabana, is always a good addition to any card, in my opinion. Next up, we've got Granny Apple Green. And finally, Magenta Madness. And you can see I'm kind of going off the edges in places, and that looks pretty good. Maybe one more right there. Okay, so there is our background. Now on a scrap of white, I'm going to set that aside. I'm also going to stamp my sentiment, and I just love this. You could certainly use this for Valentine's Day, but I also think it's a really nice, just kind of friendship type sentiment, and that is, "You make my heart happy." So I'll stamp that on my scrap with my Magenta Madness, and we're going to punch this out with our heart punch. So this comes in a pack of 2 punches. So I'll take the kind of plain heart, give that a punch, and then I've got a scrap of some silver foil sheets, and I'm going to punch the scalloped heart. I love this heart because it coordinates so nicely. These 2 punches obviously work together, and they were designed like that. They also will punch out several hearts in different stamp sets throughout our catalog, so that's kind of a nice thing too. Okay, I'll take these 2 and adhere them together. I like to use Stampin' Seal to adhere my cards, and I'll just go like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to close this ink up since I'm done with it, and I don't want to have a situation here. Now, to put my card together, what I'm going to do is use a white card base. So this is, I'm using up my stock of Whisper White, but our new white is called Basic White, and it's actually quite similar, but not exact. So the reason we have a new white is because the paper mill where our Whisper White was made has closed down. So they had to find a new place to get it made. Now I took a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 piece of white and then emboss this with the new painted texture embossing folder. This is found in that January to June occasions catalog that started this month. I'll just adhere that to my card base like so, and then I'm going to pop this heart right on top. And I just love the contrast of the white on white here with these bright colored hearts. I think that's so fun. So we'll pop these up with a few dimensionals, and then we're going to add our heart punches right over the top. And I think this, like I said, I think this card is great for Valentine's Day, but I think it's also really a wonderful card for basically any occasion. So, okay. So I'm going to pop that up right there. And then I will take and add a little bow. I'm going to use my crinkled seam binding ribbon, and I'll just tie a simple little bow with this and glue dot that on, and it just adds a nice little touch to this without it being overpowering to the rest of the card. Oh goodness, I'm struggling here just a little. We can do this. That's looking better. I'll just get these to be about the same size. Da, da, da. There we go. And, ooh. Okay. So then, like I said, I'll add that right there. And that's my card. So simple. Now let me show you my other card, because while this is really bright and happy, what I love is that this other card is very soft and pretty. And what's fun is you could really switch the color palettes and they would work for either card in either situation. But I like this one. Okay, so here we go. This card is going to use that same punch party, but then I also snuck in my favorite stamp set, which of course is the Pretty Perennials. This is my stamp set, so I just love it. And I think that what I want to do with this one is start out with my largest stamp. So I'm going to start once again with a piece of white. This one is 3.5 by 4 3/4 inches. And like I said, I'm going to start out with my largest image. Whenever I'm kind of covering a whole panel, I always start with the largest image first. And this is going to be kind of a nice soft color combo. So I've got Pear Pizzazz, Night of Navy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and so has Saffron. We're also going to use Stamping Off for some of these images as well to get different shades. Okay. So I'm just going to start by stamping the large flower like so on here, and you can see I'm going off the edges, and that's filling things up pretty nicely. We'll close this up. Then I will add some leaves, and I find this is helpful so that I can fit everything in. Sometimes I kind of mix in between doing the leaves and the second sized flower, just sort of depending on how things are looking. And people have been asking me which way the right way for the leaf is, and I don't think there is a right way, which I kind of love. But I'm just going to add some leaves like so. And I can always add a couple more in a little bit if I need them. Next up, I'm going to do this 4-pointed flower, and I'm going to do that in Rococo Rose Stamped Off. So I'll ink this up and then stamp off a layer of the ink so it's a little softer, and then just kind of place these in between wherever they may fit nicely, like that. And then I'll take the little center, and that's one of the things I love is their little centers that come with this set, and just stamp them right in the center of each of these, full strength this time. in that same Rococo Rose ink. So both 2 shades of Rococo Rose. I'll then do the centers of my large flower, and this is my favorite image in this stamp set besides the large flower is the center that goes in it. Oh, I just love this. So much fun. Okay, and I felt like I needed a little something else in here, so I'm going to add in some saffron. And this is going to be with this other piece. This is a little center for a flower as well, but in this case, I'm going to use it to just kind of fill in some of that white space. And I'm stamping off my saffron. I had just re-inked my pad, so it was a little dark, and I felt like it would look better if I got rid of some of that strength. And that looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. We'll close this up. Now that is just a beautiful background piece. It's almost like I've made my own printed paper. I will go ahead and take this to a layer of Night of Navy. And I really think that helps those center images just pop right off the page. Looks so great. And then I will fold my card base, which is Seaside Spray. Give it a good crease with my bone folder, and then we'll add this on top. Now I've got just a touch more stamping to do. First, I am going to stamp that postage stamp on my background, and what I love, or on my scrap of white here. And what I love about this is that you can do this in one color, and then you can add other colors, or you can use the same color, whatever you want. I'm also going to take and pull my Rococo Rose out once more with my little Rococo Rose flower. We'll stamp that off, and I'm just going to kind of ink it up and place it over to the side like that. It's okay if it's going off the edge, that's no problem. And then we'll do the center full strength right on top. And then one of the sentiments in the Punch Party stamp set is such a sweet one. It says, hope you feel better really soon. And we're just going to add that off to the side here, again in Night of Navy ink. And doesn't that look fantastic? Now here's where things get pretty awesome. We're going to use that rectangular postage punch, and look how perfectly that all lines up. Oh, it makes me happy. Look at how awesome that is. Okay, so let's take and pop that up on my card. Now, when I set it on my card, I thought, oh, that looks good, but I need something to kind of set it off from the rest of that background, because there's, you know, plenty going on there. So I took a little bit of my denim ribbon. This is navy denim ribbon. And I thought I would just put like kind of a little loop of ribbon behind here. So I've got that. We'll just trim the edge like so. And oh, doesn't that just really helps kind of set it off from the rest of my card. Put a little adhesive down to tack that into place, and we'll once again pop this up right over that ribbon, because you know I love to pop stuff up onto my cards. Okay, there we go. And once again, I thought this looked great, but it needed just one more little thing. So I took my Night of Navy Stampin' Write marker. This does not work with Stampin' Blends, but in our regular Stampin' Write markers. And I'm just going to do a little spritzing on here, like so. One spritz did it for me, and look at that. Oh, it looks fantastic. So the two of these cards are really fun, and like I said, you could do either card in either color combination. So I could use this color combination on this card, or this color combination on this card, and it would be really pretty. Obviously this would be bright and happy, but both color combinations work. But I love the different look that you get depending on the colors you use. Now, if you would like to purchase any of the supplies that I used, I've linked all of them in the description of this video, so just click see more or the little arrow pointing down. Also, if you could give me a thumbs up for this video if you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it so much. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking that little subscribe now button. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pop into the comments and let me know. Don't forget, tell me which of these cards you like the best. Do you like the floral or the hearts? I would love to hear what you have to say. And one final thing, I have a fabulous class coming up with the Pretty Perennials bundle. It is going to be next week, and if you'd like to get in on that action, please just drop me an email and I'll put that information again in the description of this video. It's going to be an amazing class because it's my stamp set. I'm so excited. So thanks so much for stamping with me today, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.